It's another edition of PHBA's Industry Parade. Today we are talking about net zero homes with the one and only Brett Bickell, Bickell Built Homes, and we are in one of your net zero homes.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
So first off, for anyone that doesn't know, what qualifies net zero? There's a lot of talk about it, but some may or may not understand what that entails.
Yeah, so first of all, this is net zero certified. So there's some differences between net zero ready and net zero certified. So net zero certified essentially means that the amount of energy consumption that the house has, it offsets that with energy production. This house actually produces the amount of energy that it consumes, and there's all kinds of different calculations and modeling that goes into that. But that's really the difference with a net zero certified home.
So walk us through what would be your entry level type home to the next level to a net zero certified.
So as an entry level, we do Energy Star certified. That's kind of our standard. And then going up from there would be net zero ready. And then again, going up from there is where we are today, net zero certified.
So what I always find really interesting is you hook something up to the front door and you have what is that? Like the blower fans that come out, but you can see where there's air leakage, and you do that with all of your homes.
Yeah, so the blower door test, basically what it is it tests air leakage throughout the entire building envelope. And we do it with every single house that we build, especially with a net zero certified home. There's a little different criteria with it. But basically it puts a neutralizing pressure at 50 pascals on the entire house, and then it measures how much air leakage per hour that house has. And of course, we want to keep those numbers as low as possible. This house, for example, was under 1 ACH 50.
So a lot of people are not necessarily, builders that is, are not necessarily net zero certified. You are one of the few in the area.
Yeah, that's right. And we just got our certification about a year and a half ago. Part of the criteria to get certified is to build one. So we go through all the training, understand how to plan a net zero home and all that kind of stuff. And then building one gives you the certification. So as soon as you get that net zero plaque, you're a certified net zero builder. So
I feel like you're one step ahead in terms of forward thinking. Do you feel that that's where the direction is going, where we need to go?
Absolutely. Yeah, we're just sort of trying to stay out in front of where the trend is at all times, going back to our early existence, building R2000 homes and EnerGuide homes and so on. And net zero ready is really what's kind of next, and then net zero certified is kind of after that. So,
and then the difference between ready and certified once again?
So with net zero ready, so just the kind of philosophy behind net zero is that you want to make the house as efficient as possible so that the consumption is as low as possible. So net zero ready would be doing all those things, triple pane windows, low air leakage, higher R values, better mechanicals and so on. But you're not actually producing that energy. So you're getting it to a point where you could add the solar panels to produce that energy at a later date. But it's net zero ready, in that all you would need to do is come back and add those panels.
So then here, it's certified, which means there are solar panels where?
Up on the south side of the roof, there's 33 solar panels on this house, and actually we oversized the panel capacity in this case because this customer has a hybrid vehicle as well. So they use some of that energy to power up their vehicle.
So again, forward thinking all the way.
That's right, yeah.
And what are some of the key features for energy or net zero certifications? Things we want to, if we're looking through a home, what would I be looking for?
So it starts early on in the planning process, of course, and you can build whatever floor plan style of home that you want. And once we get that kind of locked in, then we kind of look at it along with our partners at Building Knowledge Incorporated. They're our energy advisors, and we look at it with them, and they kind of make suggestions of certain areas where there's low-hanging fruit, for lack of a better term, certain areas where we can increase the efficiency and decrease the consumption of the house, and we work along with them on that process, and then ultimately get to a point where we have a plan flushed out and ready to start construction. And then we're off to the races. So.
All right. So if people want to learn more about net zero ready or net zero certification, you're thinking about building a home, Where do we find you, Brett?
You can find us at bickellbuilthomes.com, Instagram, all the social media platforms. So yeah.
Yeah, and he's great on social media. You've got so many, you do a lot on social, and you've got a lot of the content on there as well. So do your research. That's what I would always say, right? Do your research in advance.
Absolutely, yeah. There's lots of content on YouTube, and you can see all the homes that we've built there as well. So
excellent.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Brett. Brett Bickell, Bickell Built Homes.